It's the Rhody Roundup, and we were talking about the hot topics that's been making headlines this week. Joining me this morning is WPRI.com reporter Ted Nesi, Deanna Cruz, morning radio host at Hot 106, and morning blogger Audrey McClellan. Good morning. Thanks for being with us today.
Morning.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Okay, topic number one. Here we go. Story floating around that Katy Perry's mom, who's an evangelical minister, is trying to set up the newly separated daughter up with football star Tim Tebow. What do you figure?
I'm all about Tebowing it. Let's go.
Yeah. She is.
Let's go.
We had a priest last night, Tebow on the news.
You know, I'm just really still trying to get over the fact that they're divorced, Russell and Katie. So just give me some time.
You didn't see that coming. That was quick.
It was quick. It was too quick.
And she's already moving on.
Yes,
at least that's what the word is.
Well, that's what the mom wants.
That's what the mom wants.
Well, he's apparently really religious, right? And she and her parents are ministers or whatever. They run their own church.
Right.
So I think it could be a perfect match.
Yeah, and you know, I saw one thing saying that Russell Brand, maybe one of his problems with Katy Perry is he thought she was as crazy as she seemed in her music videos, and it turns out in some ways she's still the good Christian girl she was growing up.
See, I heard the opposite, though. I heard that she was the little raver.
Well, I think
crazy.
Who has better sources than I?
Okay, point taken.
It's a battle.
Okay, our next topic is right here, you know, about Rhode Island. We were talking about this this past week. TMZ earlier this week, our local Toddlers and TR star Isabella made an appearance at a nightclub and sang the LMFAO song Sexy and I Know It. And there's a lot of backlash. Isabella's mom is defending the appearance, saying that it was for charity and they were out by 9 o'clock. What do you think about bringing the little girl to the club and singing that song?
What, she's 5 in a nightclub?
She's
It's like having a baby in a bar.
But wait a minute, it was 9 o'clock though, so it was a little early. I mean, I don't have kids. I hate the show anyways. You know, I feel like that the mothers are crazier than
I agree.
kids themselves,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
they're trying to be famous off of their kids. So I mean, I just hate the whole idea anyways. But it was for a charity, and it was at 9 o'clock. They left by 9, so I can kind of see.
What about singing the song?
Sexy and I Know It. I hate that song too.
I have a 5-year-old, so I mean, I just think of my 5-year-olds actually in a nightclub. I mean, I don't care if I don't want them there at 2 in the afternoon, you know. And I love the song, but I don't want my kids going to school singing it.
Yeah, and so, she had the whole gear on. She had the tiara on. The mother was there
I come from
encouraging.
a long line of lawyers, and I sometimes watch. You see these shows, and you wonder, like, are the courts someday going to step in and take this stuff as evidence? You shouldn't be a parent. You should not have custody of your child. You know.
Going back to the song, though, there's worse songs that they could be singing.
Well, there is.
There is.
And we've all played them. And we've all played them before.
Exactly.
But I've had my son ask me, what do the letters of the group stand for?
Okay.
And that within itself, I'm like, ooh, let's move on.
Yeah, it is tough. Okay, especially when you're when you're a parent. Okay, and almost a week later, and people are still talking about Blue Ivy. You know, Beyonce, Jay-Z having the baby, the whole fiasco being in the hospital and inconveniencing everybody. What do you think about that?
Well, I will say, I had 2 of my sons at Lenox Hill Hospital, and when I was about to have them, everybody kept saying to me, "Oh, you're going to Lenox Hilton." It was known as the best hospital in New York City. So I loved it. I had a great experience. Sarah Jessica Parker was having her baby there right around the time that I was about to have my son. And I understand why people are upset. I do. But I have to be honest, like, she's a celebrity. You're having a baby in a very well-known hospital in a major city.
Right.
I would expect a little bit of something extra.
Sure.
You know?
Well, I was just surprised that the hospital didn't already have something like that because there's so many celebrities in New York City. But now I think the turn on this now is you can rent it out if you want for $700, $800 a night.
Yeah, you know what?
And
I heard some of the the people who run the hospital say, well, this money is going to be put to good use. It's going to go back into the hospital. However, you know, if I'm a mother and father, we're having a baby, and we're inconvenienced, and we're told we can't go on this floor, we can't go see our baby.
But there was one floor. I mean, I know people are saying, oh, this new suite was never built before. I remember there being one floor when I was there, and I remember I paid out of pocket for a private room.
You know, this though, if I can put on my political reporter hat for a second, this is kind of, you can make a point about healthcare in America right now with this. You know, the fact that we are getting to a point where you're going to have a whole different set of healthcare for people who can afford it because it's getting so expensive for everyone. Beyonce and the hospital needs the money. Mayor Bloomberg himself said that in New York. He defended her.
Absolutely.
He said they need the money at the hospital.
Okay, well, thank you guys for joining us today. We'll see you again next week. And for a closer look at all the stories we've talked about, you can head over to our website, WPRI.com.